The Delegates Conference was a decision I made the moment Justice Bernard Namanya gave his ruling. And that ruling in a nutshell says, I am president. I have been president since 2015, but seeks to deny, because I've been president for 2 terms, I should not aspire for another term. That's basically Namanya's ruling in a nutshell. Now, I want to correct some misnomers which are here. Number one, I was not sued for being wrongly elected, as alleged by my brother Joseph. In that case, it was Joseph Bosa versus Uganda People's Congress. And Uganda People's Congress was under his president, Olaro Tunu. So Joseph Bosa, as Vice President Olaro Tunu, who I competed against in the 2015 process, where the district conferences concluded with my overwhelming emphatic victory of 67 districts. In the UPC constitution, you must win in 1/3 of the districts before you go to the delegates conference. I won in 67. I needed 37, but I won in 67 districts.
Yes.
My closest challenger came with 12. Then the next after that was 11. That was 2015. Then Bosa sues Otunu. Not me, I was not yet in government or in the party leadership. On the last day to file a defense on behalf of UPC, where no defense had been filed, I filed. And the initial process of that court case was, I was the wrong person to defend UPC since I'm not the president. But if you follow the politics of 2015, there was this creature called the Democratic, it was called the TDA, Democratic Alliance, which protocol was largely drafted in the UPC headquarters. It was a baby of the administration then. And it ended up in the 2016 election as TDA go forward. And many of these leaders who he mentioned, Kakonge, Otulu, Walubiri, were key figures in the TDA. I felt that the TDA was something which was a poison chalice to all of us. And I pulled the UPC out of the TDA. It was a dramatic issue where they said I went to the headquarters in Naguru and I removed the UPC flag. And that was where the contention came. Because all those who went TDA, there's no TDA today. That TDA baby died. The UPC which survived was a UPC which I fielded and I supported. But by virtue of taking over this case, it now became my case, which somebody is now trying to claim a moral right. The moral issue is I defended the UPC candidates, and that is why you have UPC in parliament and in all local governments today. Yet Joseph here thinks he's doing justice for UPC. He's doing an injustice. This case was never against Jimmy Akena. Jimmy Akena took the bullet for the UPC candidates. And I'll take the bullet again and again. Had I not taken the bullet, UPC would have been wiped out together with TDA. And would be in this mental gymnastics that you had an election in December 2020. December 2020, I was concluding my campaign on a UPC ticket for a parliamentary seat, which I hold today. I'm not playing an illusion or some game in some gymnastics here. We are struggling in the political arena. UPC is here today because of our efforts. Had we conceded to this case, which was somebody suing somebody, and then they were going to concede the case, let me take the bullet. For UPC candidates, let the whole country know where it comes to UPC and UPC candidates, I will defend them. This case was not mine, but I'll take the punishment. Where I am under abuse, I'm being abused, that I'm doing all sorts of things. Joseph here, my brother, turns against me. But you will not have a single UPC today. Would be together with CP, a party which was formerly in parliament.
Honestly.
Please.
The injunction that was put not to hold the delegates conference. You've given us the genesis of 2020, 2015, and we understand that. The delegates conference and even the constitution of UPC gives you 2 terms. It only gives you an extension if you have become a head of state. Why did you not adhere to the injunction and also not adhere to your own constitution that you amended on Saturday and still went ahead to have this delegates conference? Where was the contestation there?
Number one, Friday morning, I had a meeting with Joseph and Peter Walubiri. Under my instigation that we need to talk and look about the future of UPC. And I asked Joseph specifically that I'm hearing rumors you're running around in court. Joseph did not tell me.
This past Friday?
Friday. The same morning where this injunction sprang from. I met with Joseph, a breakfast meeting in Walubiri's office. So, this whole honesty is not there. And nobody served me. At the time, I made time for this meeting because I thought this meeting was important. But at that time, I had a lot of pressure, a lot of things which I'm working on towards this delegates conference. I had called this delegates conference. Police said they don't have security. The footage which you see, police is policing the place where I'm supposed to have the meeting, but they said they don't have security to police it. So clearly, people didn't want the delegates conference to go ahead. If Joseph wants to be a tool, let him be his guest. But if I am to allow UPC members to be disorganized on some illusion, because December 2020, honestly, we were in the campaign.
But Honorable Jimmy, your term of office is meant
now,
to
let me come back to that one. In 2005, the grand norm, the Constitution of Uganda, was changed, and the 2 terms were removed in the national constitution. Joseph, where he has lived for a long time in UK, there's this law which was redundant, that a taxi driver was required to have horse food. It was an offense not to have horse food in your taxi. That law came about on the basis that at the time when the taxis were there, they were horse driven. And therefore they were required to have food for the horse. That law remained long after the horse stopped pulling the taxi. But if a policeman wanted to mess your day, they could still arrest you because it was on the statute books. Now, in Uganda, after 2005, the grand norm, and which it says in the Constitution that any law or custom or tradition which is inconsistent with the Constitution, as far as that inconsistency is concerned, that law is null and void. That's in the Constitution. So if in the Constitution the 2 terms was removed to benefit Museveni, and you find another law which contradicts that, which one stands?
Okay.
But despite this one, the whole issue was Muliangwanja ruling cancelled my first term. Which term am I on?
Interesting question.
So, my issue is, whatever the case, whatever gymnastics, I must defend my candidates.
And
I have candidates lined up. NRM is panicking because of my candidates, and Joseph is in an illusion.
And you're a flag bearer.
I'm going. I'm going for the chairman. The Baremus is chairman. I am bumper to bumper.